All right, we're recording. So here's the next topic that I was thinking about, and this is one that hit me pretty personally. The topic is, sorry, we have no budget for soft skills training of any sort this year.
Sure.
And okay, I'll admit I've got a bias because that's what I do. I teach soft skills. So I definitely will admit that. But when I step back and try to be more, what's the word, objective about, or subjective, whatever the word is, when I try to be less biased about this, I think, okay, but is this not a time when we really need to focus on soft skills?
Mm-hmm.
So
because of the work that you do with soft skills, and obviously I do plenty of work with soft skills as well.
I know you do. Yeah.
What would you say would be the value, like make the business case for me why this is going to be something that I should spend my money on when I don't feel like I have money to spend and I'm tightening the reins on everything?
I mean, of course, so you're asking me this when I have not got my research at hand. But, this is why we shouldn't be recording these off the cuff. But, I mean, there's all kinds of data. And, if we have a follow-up discussion on this, I'll come out with like all the data. But there's all kinds of data on how much focusing on the soft skills leads to productivity, leads to employee satisfaction, leads to customer satisfaction, which ultimately leads to revenue. So there's certainly that, but there is one hard bit of data that I can pull out right now, and that's employee engagement. And okay, so here we are, we're in a pandemic environment and people are staying put. If they have a job right now, they're staying put in that job. Okay, that doesn't mean that they're engaged in it. That doesn't mean that they necessarily want to be working in it. And when you had pre-COVID, our employee engagement in North America was somewhere around, about 30%, which means that about 70% of people are open to new jobs at any time. A good percentage of those people are actively looking for a new job. So really what that tells me is 7 out of 10 people on your team are disgruntled and are ready to move to another job. And you've got 3 out of 10 that are happy and really working away and doing their best work for the company. So regardless, engagement is a factor in productivity, whether we're in a COVID environment or not. So now, if we really want to engage our people, the things that we do to engage them, developing relationships with them, supporting them, providing them with empathy, trusting them, all of those things are soft skills. It's that communication aspect. That's a soft skill. The soft skills are what engage them and keep them wanting to work in a particular workplace. If it's just the hard skills, the tech skills, they could do that at any company. But it's the soft skills that keep them at your company working on your team with you. So to me, we got to keep our eyes on the soft skills, whether we're in a pandemic or not. I mean, what do you think, Beth?
Yeah, that's such a great point. I'm talking to a lot of people during this time. I've made it a point to really reach out and build connections. And as I'm talking to these really high caliber leaders inside of organizations, I'm amazed at how many of them are pretty much ready to leave. And they're in the middle of a pandemic. And they're saying, you know what? I have enough of a little nest egg that I don't really have to stay, even though we're in the middle of a pandemic. And I just have been thinking about what really matters to me and what do I value, and can I bring myself to the workplace and really do my best work in this place? And I don't necessarily feel like everybody's asking me those questions or anyone's asking me those questions because everyone's worried right now. So they're focused on other things. And so when I think about soft skills, I think if you want to keep those high caliber leaders that have really been dedicated to your organization, and they could leave now or after the pandemic's over. I don't think it really matters because plenty of them are either leaving or saying that they're about to leave. But if you can keep them engaged right now, like you said, that point of engagement, and you can have those dialogues to say, I know in this time, you've probably had to reevaluate what matters to you. And I want to know that so we can make sure that we're putting our emphasis on that and helping you to be able to bring that best self to work. Huge difference maker.
Oh,